I'm gonna restart this because my dog just completely ruined the first take. Happy Friday, everybody. Every Friday, I think I should do a Friday reads, and then by the end of the day, I'm so tired, or I just want to lay down and I don't do it. But this Friday, I'm feeling strangely peppy, so Friday reads it is. I'm not going to do a weekly wrap-up this weekend because I only finished 2 books. Instead, I'm going to do a really late BookTube SFF Babbles topic because I missed filming for the one on the 8th, but I still want to do it. But the 2 books I finished this past week were Always Coming Home by Ursula Le Guin. This was nothing like I expected it to be. Having read and loved Le Guin's other books did not prepare me for this, and I have real mixed feelings about it. It was okay, I guess. It feels like a far future post-apocalyptic Native American culture. And it's not really a novel, it's a collection of pieces of their culture. It makes for a very interesting reading experience, but not a super satisfying one. I also finished The Dark Forest by Liu Cixin. This one is translated by Joel Martinson, I think. This is the sequel to The Three-Body Problem, which I read 2 years ago and I really loved. And then I put off reading it because a bunch of people said, oh, The Dark Forest isn't that good, it's nothing like The Three-Body Problem. I heard a lot of complaints about it. I finally read it, and I agree with the gist of most of the criticisms I have seen of the book. But I am glad I read it. I'm really glad that I waited to read it after the hype kind of died down. I think it just made it easier for me to go in with a positive expectation while still expecting some of the negatives. So I wasn't very impressed. I was really turned off by some aspects of this, especially terrible characterization. They're just cardboard cutouts, and the misogyny. I am still going to try to read the 3rd book though. Then I have 3 books that I have just barely started reading, so I don't have super big impressions of any of them. The first is Gotti Night by Dorothy L. Sayers. This is one of the Lord Peter Wimsey mysteries, but the main character is Harriet Vane, who is kind of the love interest. I really like her though. This book, Gotti Night, is the first book by Sayers that I ever heard of. I think I heard about it when Joe Walton talked about it in What Makes This Book So Great. And it took me a really long time to connect it with the Lord Peter Wimsey mystery series. So far, it's getting off to a really slow start. I have actually been reading it for like 2 weeks. And I keep setting it aside to read something else, so I just need to get into it. Next is The Hallowed Hunt by Lois Master Bujold. This is the 3rd novel, not in chronological sequence, in the World of the Five Gods, and it's a mystery to me too why I haven't read it yet. Like, I am really big on Bujold, but I have failed at reading this book 3 times, I think, and this is the first time where I've actually read any of it. I keep getting it from the library and then never reading any of it, but I am now on page 38 and I really like it. It's just the writing pulls me in. There's a big mystery already, and having read the Penric and Desdemona novellas, was it the second one, Penric and the Shaman, that has to do with like the shaman animal magic from this book, has made me more interested in getting into it, so cross your fingers I actually finish it this time. It's not a knock on this book at all. I think it's a very good book. I think I'm getting that reluctance to read the last things that Bujold has published because I don't want to run out. Which is not a feeling I usually get, but I think I'm experiencing it here. And the last thing that I'm currently reading is Light by M. John Harrison. This is the book that comes before Nova Swing, which is one of my Arthur C. Clarke Award winners I need to read this year. I want to read them back to back, so I got them out at the same time because they're pretty short novels actually. Light, I am 26 pages into it. I'm gonna have to reread the first 26 pages because I read them in a very fractured way, and that's not good. So it'll be easy to reread that and then get into it. So my goal this weekend actually is to finish Light and get into Nova Swing. I just need to sit down and do it. Part of my problem this week is that while I have finished 2 books, I haven't really felt like reading. I have been watching The Pregnant Giraffe. It's been a huge time suck, but really therapeutic. And I've just been thinking about other things, and I think I'm getting that feeling like I can't really concentrate on anything, so I'm gonna try to make myself concentrate on reading. It will be good for my mind. So that is it for me and Friday Reads. I hope that you are having an excellent Friday and a really good weekend ahead of you, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. I have peanut butter breath.